Hi Virgo, this is your reading for August 29th through September 3rd. And we're going to get into the cards, but I just want to mention that we've had a lot of really heavy duty energy come through over the course of this weekend, especially, we had a new moon in Virgo. The sun is now in Virgo. That new moon in Virgo was really powerful for change within us. The sun has been very active with geomagnetic storms and solar flares throughout the course of the weekend into today. I'm still getting multiple notifications of solar wind and flares coming towards us here on Earth, and we're definitely feeling it. Sleep has been difficult. We also have had the sun in a square to Mars for quite some time now, and this is a very big push through. It's a combative push. It's a push through anger or some sort of combative energy, pushing us out of our fears, out of our comfort zone. And when we finally get a hold of that energy, we get a sense of fearlessness that can become volatile, especially if there's a lot of anger behind it. Venus is in opposition to Saturn as well. This is speaking to me of our relationships with others and the sacrifices that we make. And if there is an imbalance within these relationships, what are the signs that the universe is trying to show us each individually as to like our relationship dynamics with others? They're always a cosmic mirror on us as well, especially our soul contracts, our family, and our deeper intimate relationships that we fall into. Last but not least, I just want to touch on the Saturn-Uranus square, which is also very strong today. This is a very strong polarity that we are in, and it will become an exact again in October. Pay attention to that energy. But this strong polarity, so Saturn is what is restricting us. And a lot of times it can be our own internal restrictions or in our mind that are then created outside of ourselves. But it is like that father that just says no. And the Uranus is the teenager that's like, I just want to break free. I want to be liberated from this, and sneaks out the window to go to the party that Saturn said, no, you cannot go. So we've got this strong energy, and wanted to make mention of that in case you find yourself in any situations where it can be combative, highly charged energy. So let's go ahead, Virgo. What is the message? What's Virgo going through? What does Virgo need to know? What does Virgo need to learn and understand? First card out is the base chakra. Oh, and Virgo, I'm feeling it. You know, you gotta feel safe and secure and grounded in life, or else we just run around with a lot of restlessness and anxiety and just indecision. So base chakra, first card out. Let's keep going here. Ooh, I understand why. And the sun could be really helping assist with this as well. There's a fire lit inside of you, Virgo. Passion ignited. That's Mars energy right there. You see that fire in the solar plexus. Sometimes that can have us become ungrounded, not because we're nervous or not feeling safe, but we just, you know, you got to bring it back into the body, Virgo. Sometimes we reside outside of our body, in our mind, and the energies are just like swirling around us. And if we don't sit down for a minute and take a deep breath and pull it all back in, grounding it into the body, maybe go outside, go for a walk, take your shoes off, walk around in nature. The ocean is an amazing salt water in general. A salt bath will help soothe the energies a bit, calm it down, calm your nervous system down a bit, because sometimes when the passion is ignited, so is our nervous system. Let's keep going. And that's what I'm getting with the base chakra here, is just like the nervous system is in a little bit of overdrive right now from this. And rightly so, Virgo. You've got the sun, you have the new moon in your sign, and a lot of highly charged energy going on here. So let's keep going. for Virgo. Or sun, moon, or rising sign. I've been forgetting to say that because actually we can get messages from all of the signs, as we do have all 12 zodiac archetypes within us. Okay, Virgo, you're still working on your shadow. Maybe starting to recognize your shadow. We all have a shadow. We all have a blind spot too. Parts of ourselves that we either dismissed, were not accepted by family, by parents or whatever, and we kind of hide that aspect of ourselves, from other people for sure. But you are reuniting with your shadow, which is a good thing. It doesn't always feel good. This can be humbling. Humility is a very strong energy in this astrological point in time we are in. Point in space and time that we are in. Okay. Oh my, Virgo. Yeah. And because you had not connected to your shadow, you are still suffering in silence, unable to express or connect to the reasons why you're so deeply suffering. You just suffer. Emotional withdrawal too. Bottom of the deck. Overall, it's like you're trying to ground yourself. You're trying to calm yourself down. But what you're doing instead is you're just completely withdrawing from feeling anything, from communicating, from expressing. So that can be helpful, can be healthy in a way if you're doing this as like the hermit to really do an internal review. But if you're just taking yourself away from all people, places, and things, and because you can't tolerate it anymore, this energy is going to come follow you. Let's get a little deeper into this, Virgo. Oh, okay. We're going to go into doing the animals today. I've already used these cards for Capricorn and Taurus earlier. So let's dive into the base chakra first for you, Virgo. I hate to see you suffering in silence. Nobody needs to suffer in silence. It's the most ridiculous, antiquated conditioning that we receive from old school patriarchal parental figures and whatnots. All right, so tell me about the base chakra here for Virgo. On the floor, very strong message here. All right, we have the white peacock. Wow. 9 of Pentacles. This is an amazing card. This speaks of heaven on earth, that bliss, that nirvana. It also speaks of your independence, Virgo, and I feel like you really, really need that, and that might be a fear of yours. And it's also speaking of expansive thinking. So this passion ignited even, I feel like that's also linked to it. And I did see the crown chakra below emotional withdrawal. So you may be getting deeper insights about your, oh my goodness, Virgo. Yeah, sacrifice below that. And what did I say? What did I say about Venus opposing Saturn? It's about how our sacrifice, what sacrifices do we make in relationships? Are you sacrificing your entire life for somebody else to... Are you sacrificing yourself to play a part in someone else's movie? Seems like that way here, Virgo. But heaven on earth, you know it exists. You've experienced it before. Gotta get grounded, Virgo. Okay, passion ignited. White peacock, it's a beautiful card. Very strong. So you are aware of this energy. It's making you nervous though. Passion ignited. The flamingo, 2 of wands. Yeah, it takes balance. It's a balancing act currently, Virgo, because you've got on the left side of here, you've got passion ignited. You've got the white peacock, but then on the right, you've got the shadow, the suffering in silence. So you're trying to balance the polarities within you right now. That's a beautiful thing. And this also says take the first step. You know, if you find yourself in the same energy swirling around and it's driving you mad, what can you do? You can pivot or take one step in another direction to get yourself out or open the energy up more. So as you've been balancing yourself, you are feeling this passion, this excitement for life, this excitement for your independence even. Let's get into shadow for Virgo. The gorilla. It speaks of self-sabotage as far as your shadow is concerned, as well as having courage and achievements. So maybe you have had courage for certain things, but it was more for face value. It was more for, appearances, right? And making you seem courageous, making you appear to have achieved great things. Yet, with suffering in silence, you're not feeling it. And it's self-sabotage is what it's telling me here. So you have grandiose thoughts and actions that you've been taking to get yourself to this highly achieved space and seeming courageous, but you're, without looking at your shadow, acknowledging the shadow or what the shadow is in operation. It could even be in the thoughts, but the shadow is in operation, like the ego is trying to take the center stage instead of the energy. Let's get into suffering in silence, shall we? For Virgo. Yeah, we can't modify ourselves so that we appear a certain way out. I mean, we can, but that's not going to work for you. And it certainly is not going to bring you to heaven on earth at all. Suffering in silence. We have the Tiger, King of Wands. This speaks of loyalty, being honorable. And I feel like Virgo, you're suffering in silence because what you have done seems very honorable. It is labeled as honorable by your peers, by your family, by others outside of you. Like the right thing to do, being loyal to a fault, being loyal to someone or something. Could be a job, it could be whatever this is, but you're not happy. You're suffering in silence. You're just thinking. You think you're doing the right thing, but you're sabotaging your own happiness for someone else's pleasure. Bottom of this deck is the Warthog, Two of Cups, which speaks of sacred harmony, sacred union with another, perfect harmony, and a mutual attraction. So that is overall, and the Fly is below that. Ooh. The Fly speaks again of competition, winning at all costs, like our pride gets in the way, ego and pride gets in the way, trying to manipulate things so we appear to be some way, but that's not going to bring you to harmony in your life or a sacred union with another person. Those appearances are false. That is not genuine. It's not authentic. So I feel like you're learning this through this cycle here, Virgo. I'm going to get an advice card for you. Very strong message, and it is a hard lesson to learn. Because a lot of us are programmed and conditioned to really, like, what other people think and how we appear is so super important that, like, sabotage our true selves and our true happiness and our true nature to play this character, this role that's not even who we are. And I know that is one of the biggest things that the universe is trying to break down within people. I'll get some advice for you, Virgo. Okay. Yep. Got the card of Judgment. This might be another lesson that you're learning as well, how we judge others or judge ourselves. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Yeah, this is an important understanding to have, Virgo, and this must be part of this lesson in this cycle that you're going through. Try not to judge others. We're all on our own unique path. We come into this world alone, unless you're a twin, and even then, you're still born alone. And we leave this world alone. We're all on our own unique individual paths with our own unique individual challenges. And we never know where anybody is on their path. So you can't judge a person by anything, any decisions or things that they do or say, because you don't know exactly where they are, where that's coming from. So that's an important thing. But more importantly, don't judge yourself anymore, Virgo. That is important. That's going to keep you suffering in silence if you're constantly hard. And Virgos are perfectionists, and that doesn't even exist. That's another self-sabotaging thing that you're going to have to come to terms with, Virgo. Don't try to be perfect. Just be you. Try not to judge yourself anymore. That is a pattern, that is a habit that has been conditioned into you. It is also part of your nature to have all your ducks in a row. Everything has to be lined up perfectly or it won't work. That's not true. That is a Virgo trait. It's a Virgoism, we'll call it. So judgment is your advice. Understanding that everyone on this planet has their own unique, individual life path. So that's the message that I have for you this week, Virgo. If you did like this video, please click the like button. That certainly helps me, and it helps get these messages in circulation. As well as, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to you, and I will be uploading new interesting content very soon on here as well. And that also helps with the algorithms within YouTube. And if you would like a personal reading, you can book through my website. The description is in it's in the description box. It's BeTheChange333.com. Thank you, Virgo, for tuning in, and I will be back. Take care.